The Detroit Lions, one of the laughingstock franchises in the NFL. Yes, they had their fair share of great players like Barry Sanders, Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson. But one thing all these guys had in common is they never won a Super Bowl. Is it a curse? I don't know. Is it the powder blue uniforms? Or is it Detroit, Michigan? One thing for sure, I know the fans of Detroit would like to win the Super Bowl. But until then, they can only hope. So what we're going to do in this series here is try to rebuild the Detroit Lions to greatness, man. I don't even know if it's a rebuild. Maybe it's initial build. We want to bring them a Super Bowl. What I'm going to be using is updated rosters. Madden 25, my favorite Madden of all time. And we're going to use exported draft classes using the updated rosters on NCAA Football 14. And it's going to be a long drawn out franchise, man. Probably one of the best ones I ever did on this channel. So with all that being said, let's get to it, baby. Here we'll get a little overview of the team. Our overall is a 74. Our defense is notably weak, but the offense is our strong suit. What I'm going to do is simulate the first season, get to the draft, use the exported draft classes, and we're going to go from there. And then we're going to start in actually the second season, but it will be out first. We will be playing on all Madden difficulty. And my play call style will be the game flow. It was a sleeker version of play calling back in 2013. And our quarter length will be at 8. I may adjust this based off of the realism of the stats. The game speed, we're going to keep it at normal right now. After I test it out a few times, I may go to the slower game speed just to make it look more realistic. And the player progression is going to be 4 weeks. And also, we're going to disable the relocation settings, because I hate that after 1 year, Madden always want to send a team across seas. I know they've been trying to sell that to us all our lives, but we're not going to let it happen this time. So here you can see we're going to import the draft classes, simulate all the way to the middle of the season, and let's see how the team is done. You can see Peter Schrager, he said, "It's been a trying season so far. You haven't won a game yet. Where do you see this team going in the second half of the season?" What we're going to say is, it's been a rough year. So we're going to just test out each player to see who wants their job. By doing that, we're going to save, our coach's butt and somewhat let the fans know we're in a rebuilding mode. Halfway through the season, you can see the Packers is the #1 team in our division, followed by the Vikings. The Chicago Bears is at 4-3, and we're winless at 0-8. I wonder if our team can make a surge at the end of the season and get us a few wins. If not, we'll take the #1 draft pick. After simulating all the way to the Super Bowl, you can see Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints have won the Super Bowl. And Drew Brees is going to call it quits. He's going to walk off in the sunset, which is surprising to me because Drew Brees is very competitive, and I'm surprised he want to just walk off in the sunset and say, "Hey, I'm done." So now we're going to go over to re-signing players. We have 3 guys who want to resign. Let's see if they're interested in the offers that we have. So you can see these guys are not interested, so we're not going to kiss their tail. We're not going to follow them behind to try to please them. We're going to move on because we're rebuilding basically through the draft, which means we're not going to get any type of big time free agents. We're not going to trade for any big time guys. We're going to just build strictly through the draft. Let's check out our draft picks that we have. So we ended up getting the number 11 pick. So it's showing that we won some games at the end of the season. All of our picks are our normal picks. We didn't get any trades or anything. So we're going to have 6 picks. We don't even have a pick in the 5th round. You can see there. Our pick in the 4th round is 107. And our pick in the 6th round is 171. So we're going to end up with only 6 picks. We can work with those 6 picks and get some quality players out of this draft. So the moment is here we all been waiting for. the NFL draft. I'm ready to see how this thing unfolds. There's a lot of great talent here. Not much quarterback talent, but it's a lot of defensive talent. And we're going to watch the first 15 picks. Then after that, we're going to focus on only the Detroit Lions. And on the clock with the first pick, the Philadelphia Eagles. We know their secondary is pretty weak. Let's see who they pick with the #1 pick overall. And they will select Jordan Fuller, the guy from Ohio State, the free safety. Hey, I guess Philadelphia say, hey, y'all ain't going to be killing us deep this time. We're going to have a big guy back there going to be able to hawk you guys. And the second pick overall goes to the Buccaneers, and they will select Bryce Hall from Virginia. So I see 2 DBs taken with the first 2 picks. And with the third pick, the Buffalo Bills select Henry Ruggs III. Hey, great receiver from Alabama. Hey, Henry Ruggs got some burners on him, baby. You got to be able to keep up with him in the secondary. I feel sorry for whoever have to guard him. And with the fourth pick, the Falcons select Kenny Willits, the defensive end from Michigan State. He's a rough-nosed, hard-nosed defensive player. So he's going to be coming off that edge and try to wreak havoc immediately. And with the 5th pick overall, the Bengals will select Justin Herbert, which is interesting because in real life, they're saying the Bengals going to have the #1 pick and they're going to get the Burrow kid from LSU. So the Bengals did select a quarterback because they're thinking it's time to move on from Andy Dalton. And with the 6th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Rashard Lawrence from LSU. A lot of defensive players taken, man. Only 2 offensive guys so far. And the 7th pick goes to the Baltimore Ravens, and they select Derrick Brown, the big D tackle from Auburn. Hey, the kid can do everything you asked of him. You need him to slide out to end. He can be a bull rusher. He can be a pass rusher. Whatever you want him to be. He can make it happen with finesse or power moves. And J.R. Reed goes at the #8 picks to the San Francisco 49ers. The strong safety from the University of Georgia. He's going to be out there headhunting. He may see the earliest playing time out of all the defensive backs taken in this draft so far. And with the 9th pick, the New York Giants select Isang Bassi from Wake Forest, a good-sized cornerback. Pretty big dude, and he's pretty quick on his feet also. And the Pittsburgh Steelers take Cheyenne O'Grady from Arkansas with the #10 pick. So they're not really worried about the quarterback play, it seems like. They're going to go ahead and get them a big tight end, just like everybody else has in the NFL. And now, on to our pick, the #11 pick. We're going to be looking for an outside linebacker. And my best bet is Blake Lynch, man. We need a guy that's going to be able to cover and pretty quick on his feet also. Because we play in a division with Aaron Rodgers, someone who loves to utilize his running back out of the backfield. So we're going to need a guy that's used to be a receiver in Blake Lynch. He runs our scheme, and he's going to fit perfect. Exactly what we needed. And with the 12th pick, the Miami Dolphins select Savon Ahmed, the running back from Washington. And with the 13th pick, the Tennessee Titans surprisingly taking Jake Bentley from South Carolina. Oh man, they must have seen some great upside in the kid. And with the 14th pick, the Denver Broncos selected a free safety, Julian Blackmon. And with the 15th pick, Anthony Jennings, the big guy, the linebacker from Alabama. He runs a 3-4 scheme, and we're a 4-3 team. I would have took the kid, but hey, he may be fitting the Colts better than he fit us. We want guys that are going to fit our scheme and then going to be able to help us, exceed on the defensive side of the ball. We need guys that's going to be able to move around, baby. And fast forward to the end of the first round, Jalen Hurts was taken by the Oakland Raiders before Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow is still on this board, man. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Jalen Hurts, the Alabama transfer. I know Alabama wish they had Jalen Hurts right now with Tua going down, and he's going to be out there in Oakland. It's going to be interesting to see how he meshed with that team. I know that quarterback controversy is going to heat up a lot for Derek Carr. So here in the second round, we're going to be talking about our pick next. But check out Jacob Eason, the quarterback from Washington. He was picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. We said we didn't believe Pittsburgh was going to get a quarterback since they took a tight end in the first round. But they took a quarterback, Jacob Eason, man. Jacob Eason will be a Pittsburgh Steeler. So Big Ben, you better tighten up, buddy, or else you're out of there. So with our second round pick here in Detroit, we will select Reggie Walker, a nice sized defensive end from Kansas State. 6'2", 250, not too big. He can line up at linebacker if we need it. He may be a middle linebacker on the tuck. You never know. So now on to our 3rd round pick. We're going to select Marcel Spears Jr. from Iowa State, another outside linebacker. Slim guy. He's only 218, 6'1". Hey, he can move out there in that secondary too. We can line him up at a strong safety if we need it. And now to the 4th round. We're going to pick up a quarterback. Jordan Love from Utah State. This guy reminds me of Colin Kaepernick somewhat. He's 6'4", 220. And hey, he got an arm on him, and he's a dual threat sometimes. He can move out of the pocket. His acceleration is only an 81, but we just need someone back there. Maybe if Matthew Stafford goes down, he can get back there and give us somewhat of a different look. And on to the 6th round for us, we're going to select another defensive end. We're going defensive heavy because we know our defense was our weak spot this year. Chauncey Rivers from Mississippi State, 6'3", 275. A way different type of defensive end than the guy before. He's going to be able to help us out a lot in run defense and pass rush. And on to the 7th round, our final pick, baby. We went defensively mostly in this draft, but we're going to pick up an offensive guy here to round out the draft. We're going to take Reggie Corbin, a pretty nice receiving running back for us. He's 5'10", 200 pounds. We maybe can get him to run downhill and hit a couple guys. He's a nice size running back. We can get him to go in between tackles, but we're going to use him more on the outside because he has a little speed with him. And that will wrap up the draft for us. So now it's on to the signings. Let's see how these guys turned out. There's one thing I like about the old Maddens is you couldn't see what the guy overall was while you was drafting him. You only could see it after you signed the kid. So you can see Blake Lynch, our #1 draft pick, is a 70 overall. So it wasn't a bad pick for us. He's gonna probably see the most playing time out of all of the players. He's in one of our most needed positions. And Reggie Walker, the guy, the linebacker slash defensive end, he's a 71 overall. So he has a 1st round grade, and we were able to pick him up in the 2nd round, which is wonderful. You can see his acceleration is a 90. His awareness is the highest out of all of these guys. And Marcel Spears, the guy from Iowa State, a 65 overall. That's what I'm talking about. That's like a 2nd or 3rd round grade for him. We was able to pick him up. He's going to be a pretty nice outside linebacker, man. And all of these guys run a 4-3 scheme. We've been pretty smart with picking guys that fit our scheme on defense. And our 4th round pick, Jordan Love, got a 2nd round grade. This dude is going to be remarkable for us, man. He has the most production out of all of the players on our draft board. And he's pretty agile for a quarterback, and his acceleration isn't bad. 6'4" guy, he run the vertical offense just like we do. And he's going to come in there and probably give us some good minutes in the preseason. And our 6th round pick, Chauncey Rivers, man. Chauncey got like a 3rd or 4th round grade, 62 overall. He has pretty good size on him. Also, he's pretty durable for a defensive end. His agility and acceleration for a big guy is pretty swift. And our final pick was Reggie Corbin, a 60 overall. I believe that's like a 5th or 6th round grade. We was able to get this guy for a steal. He is going to be probably, a sleeper pick, man. He's probably going to see a lot of time on the field too, because that running back position of ours is not the best. And injuries, you know how that happens. But after a wonderful draft, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I believe we're ready, man. I believe we're ready to take on. So what I'm going to do is play a few preseason games just to get a feel of the controls once again and see if I got all of the sliders and everything right and the time limits and everything. And I'll get back with you guys next video. Hit that like and subscribe button and notification bell. You already know what time it is. Let's go. Let's turn these Lions up, baby. Let's go.